Hey guys, what's up? Today I have another story for you. This is a suggested story, and I'm going to read it. This is the very well written and highly reputable story, 30 H's, by Secondpillow. This is a Harry Potter fanfiction, and I've heard it's quite awesome. So I'm going to read it, and you are going to enjoy it. Alright? That's what's going to happen here. So let's do this. This is 30 H's by Secondpillow. This is, I forgot to mention, this is chapter 1 of 7. I shall be doing all 7 chapters. Dobby relished his groin-saw's roar as he withdrew the flesh-choked blade from the astronaut's ruined skull, thrusting his bloody, retina-covered pelvis with elven fervor. "How does Ronny Ron taste, master?" Harry spat out an eyeball. "Like some kid with eyes." Dobby ducked an astronaut's poison-barbed fist, digging his groin saw into the beast's abdomen and letting the spray of viscera wash over his elven space armor. The skull's eye sockets on his shoulders grew brilliant with an infernal cast and vomited a bolt of lightning through an astronaut. He was thrown back against the death wall, his flesh boiling in another dimension. Harry slapped Dobby, who giggled. Harry reminded himself to kill himself later. "Master, look out!" Dobby's groin saw screamed as it flew off the armor, rocketing through the air like an early dream of mankind. It flew through 3 astronauts who dropped their hell spears, as the saw cut a hole in the ground beneath them, so they fell to hell, and a demonic spheres raped them to this day, boys and girls. That was chapter 1. Let's move on to chapter 2, shall we? "Now, Dobby!" Dobby knelt before his master. Harry withdrew his guitar, Fuckslayer, from a dimension where all screamed for naught, wrought from the silver heart of heaven's false promise, laced with vessels that pulsed with angels' menstrual blood, honed from horns of Satan's generals. It laughed as it was set loose, a laugh that only Harry could hear, but no one else could share. Harry swung the guitar through Dobby's chicken neck. He took the head of his fallen dwarf slave and tore open his stomach, stuffing the head inside. Harry vomited steam and summoned a great meteor from space to smash into Hogwarts and kill everyone there, for no reason at all. A vision then appeared. It was Dumbledore, entombed in his cursed mummy armor, calling Harry from his moon base, which wasn't on a moon.
"Harry, you must rock the fuck out."
Harry channeled his rage through Fuckslayer. The angel blood boiled as he summoned the great meteor, swathed with the blood of the tiny fucklings at Hogwarts, leapt onto it, and flew into space. He encased the entire meteor in a wreath of holy fuckfire, and flew through Mercury, killing the fuck out of it. Then he sent Mercury's carcass into Venus, killing the fuck out of it and making every vagina in the galaxy explode. And inside every vagina, a booby sang of mortal's life fleeting purpose. Harry then did fly his meteor through space, punching astral vampires in half with his fists encased in fuckfire and throwing their ruined heads into the past with a bit cavemen on Mars, so that history changed and now there were vampire cavemen on Mars. Harry received another vision from Frumblegore, who was having tea in Chippets with President Pengia. "Care to have tea, Harry? You know how I hate Chippets." That was chapter 2. Let's move on to chapter 3. Harry slammed his book shut. It wasn't really a book, because the pages were made of lasers, and the words were... Oh my god. This is awesome. It wasn't really a book, because the pages were made out of lasers, and the words were made of headless women making godless love to dragons made out of motorcycles. But it was still reading. "Grumpledorp, if you don't stop, we'll starve, and no one will be around to kill everyone in the universe if we get around to bringing everyone back from the afterlife after we killed them."
"I am no longer Scrumblegort."
The ancient man dropped some of the planets he was juggling.
"The worlds I have shifted. I am Dumblecup of Darkmeal."
He flexed one of his legs, which was made of pistols, and kicked the planet in half. "Bugger you, Darkmeal, fagart of 1,000 suns." Dumblecops sniffed.
"And what of it? It is a sin should a man feel faggoting a sun or 1,000. Why should the suns leave through the void, if not to be skewered by pawn-hour fagpoles?"
Harry cast a glance at the book. Unsavory sounds emanated from the particularly damned chapter. He was hungry. He looked at a nearby cup. It had a faded brown film on the top of it. He thought about Chumpets. That was chapter 3. On to chapter 4. Harry had found some food. It was guarded by 3 and 1,000,000 surf ninjas, for it was the last food on Surf Ninja Moon X. The ecology had been decimated by surf ninjas, so the last food was cabbage and mustard sandwich. Harry squatted in the ruins of a castle which had been many skulls arranged to resemble one large one. It had been poorly done, with the cheeks fading into an amateurishly executed jawline. The silent killers of the night had negated their innate advantage by only plying their craft on surfboards during the day. Harry was about to eat his cabbage witch when a man in a tuxedo appeared from behind, nothing much. He stood 10 feet tall, and his head seemed to be wrapped in unwrappable darkness. "I am Rape Radbury. I write critically acclaimed fiction that has always turned into fact. That's why I have more money than anyone." Harry dug out a bit of cartilage out of his cabbage witch and continued chewing. "Would you care to discuss one of my books? I hear that my—" Harry fished out another bit of cartilage. It was a cartilage and mustard sandwich. "You shouldn't believe what everyone says about me. I took a shower with my cousins once, and I have racist thoughts." A niblet of yellow cartilage landed on Rape's shoe. He thought about his cousin. That was chapter 4, on to chapter 5. My god. The Inquisitors were torturing Harry. First Ignatius used a rock. Then Billy asked Harry if he wanted to read his BDSM blog. Harry was so surprised that his pants flew right off. He was wearing women's underpants. The Inquisitors were wearing them too. They all realized that they were all men of the Lord. That was chapter 4, on to chapter 5. Harry awoke to a throaty grumble of Rape Ape. Not a Rape Ape, but the Rape Ape. The last of its kind after the subjugation of the Rape Forest. His people once graced the canopy, their penile digits proudly grasping the vines as they swung through the night. Their hundreds of sweaty simian dongs trailing a now fetid memory in the Rape Ape's watering eye. As his ocular ducts began to swell with ancestral pride, so too did the countless meaty members sprouting from the Rape Ape's every hairy inch. From his eye sockets, ear holes, and even his callous toes, a penile font of cry juice birthed a deluge. Harry observed this with consternation, as he was tied to a table. Neither magic nor supercosmic strength would free him from his bonds. Had this creature access to unknown material of destic strength, or did the Rape Ape have a secret yet more baffling? Harry squinted so he could see the subatomic strings of the ropes. He began tossing antimatter at them with his mind as a group of children entered the Rape Ape's hiding place. They were well-groomed and impeccably attired, and there were 5.8 of them, just enough to represent an array of genders and races that would leave no one unhappy, save for the Eskimos. They were on their own, as far as the Rape Ape was concerned.
"Why did you cry, Rape Ape?"
asked Child 3.2. The Rape Ape, unwillingly to hide his greasy primate ears, hung his head, and gravity coaxed the eye wingers downward. It tied them together in a bow atop his head, to be pretty for its guests.
"We are bound in the ligature of Lingam, brother Rape Ape,"
said Child 4.6. The children surrounded Rape Ape, holding their hands, and began to sing. Harry was transfixed as he watched the children, gently swaying with the song, float skyward. The little ones began to orbit Rape Ape, who was convulsing as though stricken by the seizure devil. As the song increased in tempo, the child flesh bubbled and merged into a spinning wonder turbine. The fleshy kid mass sprouted hair and groin dibblers, just like the Rape Ape, and sprayed confetti into the skies of past and future, setting the constellations aflame with the opalescent of perished Rape Apes. An explosion of color and hair left Harry Potter alone and still bound. He thought about sandwiches. That was chapter 5, on to chapter 6. Harry Potter woke in a pit that reeked of hot sauce. He could feel viscous fluid under his fingernails, burning the tender skin. Everywhere were white bags bulging with flour product. There were diapers stuffed with chicken bones and hot sauce, their foul odor blossoming in the muffled dark. Harry's nostrils begged his brain for mercy. He flew upwards, away from the saucy mysteries below. The smell grew faint, calling him to return. Harry ignored their lies, flying beyond the lips of his prison. He was in a laboratory with machines that had no purpose beyond blinking lights and soft tones.
"Hello, my boy son. You make a father so good."
Harry had flown out of the nose of the old man. This man wore a white coat, yet was drawn by the hand of an idiot. His voice came not from his mouth, but from elsewhere, a sad attempt at humanity.
"I know you'll do so well. No, you Jews."
The man reached into his coat and laid out 3 diapers, each brimming with the spicy bones of the nose prison. He removed his head and stuck it on a spike on the counter, to keep it from rolling away. The diapers began to stir as creatures clawed out of the bony wounds. Arrayed before Harry was a turtle, the reptilian body so frail that it seemed an afterthought to the shell, a bald weasel with toothpicks for legs, and a wrinkled thumb in a glass of water. The old man's head called out from the spike.
"Everyone has one. Make your best friends for life."
Harry drank the glass of thumb water and spat the thumb at the old man's head. And that was 30 H's by Secondpillow. I don't know if I should say thank you for listening. Thank you for putting up with this fabulous story. Wolfen, I'm going to fucking scalp you. So, thanks for listening. I'll talk to you later. Bye.